Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our first edition of Marketing Mix. We're introducing that new format to everyone today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've really talked about this, and the feedback we've received from people is that they have all kinds of questions about digital marketing. So we're going to throw a bunch of things into the mix. We're going to have interviews, tips, trends, reviews, Q&A. Who knows? I don't know, Sarah. We could just come up with anything.
We've got a lot of topics we could cover, that's for sure. The content's endless. But before we get started, I just wanted to let y'all know we are everywhere now. So this screen's gonna pop up, and we just want to show you. We are so excited that we have just launched our new podcast called Marketing in a Mic. It's available on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, and Listen Notes. And as always, you can find us on all of our social media channels, which is YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter.
I love that. And you didn't even get tongue-tied, not even once, reeling all of that off. I love it.
We're out there.
So today, on our first edition of the Marketing Mix, we're going to review what we've learned about doing lives. And I can tell you, we've learned a lot. Mm-hmm. We're the kind of team that learns by doing, and thank goodness I have Sarah, who also is the best investigator into things like this that you could ever have. So it's going to be kind of fun, and I hope that you are able to pick up a few things, and it will encourage you to start your own.
Yes, yeah, we definitely have done some trial and error, and that's part of why we wanted to launch this today, is because we really tested a lot, and had some good moments and some this isn't going to work moments. So we want to share that with you to better help you. And so really, I guess the first place to start was that we started with Zoom.
Yeah. And
while Zoom was good for the things that we needed, it wasn't quite hit the mark. Yeah. Which one funny thing, well, we could say with Zoom,
we won't bring the bloopers out.
Right. Yeah. We have found that with Zoom, there tended to be a little bit of a delay of when you thought you were live and when you were actually live. And I think we did have one of our initial broadcasts where we were just, sitting there staring at each other saying, are we live? Are we on? Are we not? So it was a little bit clunky.
Yeah,
wouldn't you say? Yeah, wouldn't you say that it was a little bit more clunky?
I would think so. And I think the important thing is, you mentioned it wasn't right for us. Zoom wasn't right for what we wanted to do. Now, Zoom, fantastic if you need more than 6 people. I mean, if you have a group of people that just need to meet and talk about things or a presentation, it's great. But for a marketing company, we want to bling it up a little bit and make it a little bit more personable. So Sarah found StreamYard, which she's going to start talking about.
Yeah, we came across StreamYard, and again, we were really looking for something that had some more bells and whistles, some things that we could customize it and have different features. And we stumbled upon StreamYard, and so just kind of got down to the point of, well, we love StreamYard. We want to tell you all about StreamYard and its features, and we'll just kind of run through it of all the cool things that it's got going on. So this was a big one. This
is huge. The ability to multi-stream, like it says here, you can actually stream out to multi-channels live all at one time. And she's listed them here. You have your Facebook Live, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I will say, though, for LinkedIn, you do have to apply to be able to get on their video live streaming, and we're still on the waiting list. So if you have any tips for us to move to the front of the list, that would be great. But the other thing, Sarah, I know the other day what we did is we actually even did a live stream on our Facebook page and also someone else's Facebook page. So we could have it in even multi Facebook pages as well, which was just, to me, that is a huge game changer.
Yeah, that's really cool, because not only when you schedule it and share it on your own Facebook pages or your YouTube channel, if you share it to other pages, when we go live, it'll also go live on those pages that you shared. So that's really cool. And it just extends your reach even more.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely a great feature. Here's another one that this was like kind of a game changer in a way for us. Wouldn't you say that?
Well, it is because you're so good at graphics. Now, if it was me doing it by myself, no, it would make no difference.
Yeah, I will say you do have to have a little bit of somewhat savviness in doing this, because as you can see, as we're going along, we're able to change these graphics while we're talking. So the cool thing is up here in the corner, you can see our Fusion 1 logo. So you can add your own logo. You can add, switch out logos. You can switch out backgrounds, which I'll show you. We're here, got that background, which is black. So you could do different colors if you wanted. You can do different patterns. Really such a neat feature to it. And then there's additional graphics, which you can kind of see around the frame, and you'll see a little bit more as we go, where you can add little customized icons or really whatever you need. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. It's so cool. And there's another feature that we love.
Yes, absolutely. I think we may have skipped comments. Maybe. Let me see. Monitor comments, or maybe we can go back to it in my sheet.
Yeah.
I may be looking at my thing wrong. Yes, let's talk about intros and outros. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a really cool introduction to your show or to your live. And the outro, of course, is the opposite. That's what you play at the very end. Now, again, you kind of have to have a little graphic savvy to you, like Sarah does, to be able to create things like this. But it just adds such another level of professionalism, and really helps you brand yourself. So
very much so, yes. And I'll show you a little example. So this is our outro video clip that we do on our Biz Talk series. So here, you'll have a look at it right now.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that, really?
It's so cool. So you can add a video clip in the beginning, you can add it in the middle, you can add it at the end. It's really a great feature. And I did it's my fault. We skipped over that you can monitor comments. So that is another just really great, because you can manage all the comments of all of your social media channels in one place. So you can be looking at it along the side as you're talking.
Yes, exactly. And you can even change, as far as she was talking about branding and customizing, you can even change the layouts, the way you look and everything on here. So like that's too big.
Here we are.
We don't like the big one, but anyway, you could change, or you could even do in and out. But I'm not really supposed to be messing with all the buttons, but Sarah's looking at me. Sarah has this look of horror on her face, like, oh my God, she touched it.
Oh boy, no. But yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, you do have the capability to have different layouts, which is really neat as well. And here's another cool thing. So we talked about too, with your brand, you can have your own brand. You can also have your own banners, which I think we've had that before, but I'm going to just show you. This is just,
it's so cool. So cool.
Banner test. Or actually what I'll do is I'm going to go back and change out our, I'm going to get rid of this so that you can see it a little bit better. Now y'all can't see my screen, but I'll just wanted to describe, there's a side panel that I'm looking at, and it's got a section for comments. It's got a section for banners, which is where you can have different things that you can say and have it pop up as you're talking. And so it just says banner test right there, but that's another really cool feature. It's also got a ticker, which you've probably seen at the bottom, which is a little scroll that keeps going along the bottom. So that's another really neat thing. But yeah, just so many cool features that in that regard.
Yeah, it's just, we barely even touched the surface, I think, of what this can do. But we're having a lot of fun with it. And Sarah talked about the intros and outros, or we both did, and also video clips. I mean, you could even use this to have your products and services already loaded up and be able to pull them in to show somebody. So I just think it's just so exciting for us, this tool.
Yes. And we had talked about the comments that display. And here's what's really cool is we got Kelsey saying, hey,
Kelsey.
So she made that comment on our Facebook page, but we have the ability to show it as we're live. So super cool. And here's Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Yes. So that's really neat. So when you're doing a live and people are plugging in and they're making comments, you can show it up on the screen, which is really, really cool. So here's the next feature that we absolutely love. And let me get rid of that comment. Thank you, Cindy.
And the comments, I will say one little thing that we still are trying to figure out. We can't see people since we're inside of StreamYard. We can't see people when they join. We can see the little number ticking away of how many people are joining us, but we can't see exactly who it is. So comment if you're here, but I'm sure we'll figure that out sooner or later. But allowing for multiple guests, we can do up to 6 different windows, which is very, very cool. And you don't lose any of the features or functionality or the branding. It ranges them and also changes the sizes in all of your different layouts to accommodate all of the people. So you don't have to miss out if you have multiple people.
Yes. So really great. So just to recap again, the things that we love about StreamYard is the ability to multi-stream, which means you can have multiple destinations. So you can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, with invitation only, you could go on LinkedIn. So that's really cool. The other thing that we like is you can customize your own logos, your own background, your own graphics. There's another thing called overlays, which that's sort of what you're seeing on here where it says why StreamYard. That actually takes a separate software, but you do have the ability, and it's compatible with StreamYard, to pop it in once you've created your overlays. Yeah. Am I doing okay? I was having some internet issues. Am I good, Glenna?
We've been playing a game of freeze all morning, and it's not just us. I was on another video conference earlier, and it was a mess, but so far so good. I'll throw you out of here if you freeze up too much.
And then to touch on too, we covered that the intro and outro video clips, that's really huge. You have the ability to see all the comments all in one place, and you can add multiple guests to join. So really, really cool. So love that. And let's we can move on to the next part.
Yeah, so it's one thing to do a live, but I think you need to have some sort of game plan. Now, I don't know. We don't have to sit here and be perfect, because Lord knows I'm not. And you want to have fun with it, but you really kind of need to have some sort of game plan. I mean, what do you want to accomplish? That's what I would ask yourself when you're trying to think about doing a live. What is the purpose of your broadcast? Are you featuring your products and services? Are you trying to highlight other businesses? I don't know. What other types of things could you do there's so many things you could do for your broadcast. I don't know.
It would be great for any type of presentation. I mean, let's face it, a lot of us are doing video conferencing exclusively now. So it's really good to have a game plan for everything that you're going to do. Prepare it. What type of video? What format? What's the duration? I mean, that's really important too. Make sure that you know how long do you want this to go, and then everybody that's on it, you need to communicate that to say, here's the format. Here's who's going to talk and who's going to touch on what. So yeah, that's really, really important.
Yep,
is to have that game plan. What's the second thing that we would say?
Book a guest. Book your guest, because if you're going to have guests, I guess. But
right.
Yeah, and it's important. What we've learned in this is that not everybody's available when you need them to be. So if you're going to have a show where you're doing Q&As and interviews and things like that, you want to try to book them out. First, predetermine what time you're going to be having these things, and then try to get them lined up, because I'll tell you, booking and preparing, well, we'll talk about what all the stuff you do, maybe preparing for the actual broadcast itself. But and prepare your questions. Talk to that person. If you don't know them, it's very important. And another thing that we kind of learn, not exactly the hard way, but is that we need to interview people before we prepare these questions if we don't know them and if we don't know about their industry. So you want to prepare questions and have something written down so that you don't forget something. And most of our guests, we wanted to highlight them the way they want to be highlighted. So.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. Yes. And yeah, exactly. And go over those questions in the format with your guests so that they're comfortable and that you've covered everything that you're looking to cover. Yeah. And then once you book your guests, so we've got to the point where we've got our plan and our format, what we're going to do. We've booked our guests, we've prepared our questions. And next is kind of the fun part, which is creating your graphics, your overlays, which again, overlays is all of this around the frame that you're seeing, which is where it says our live video prep checklist. And then the number 3, create your show graphics. That's something that we prepare in advance. And then you can add it into StreamYard. And then there's a thing called a thumbnail, which if you're not familiar with what a thumbnail is, it's basically that cover that goes, that graphic that goes before your video even starts. And it's really helpful so that if you didn't have a thumbnail, then your face would be frozen like this, because
the Game of Thrones, which we all
Facebook, right? Don't they always pick the best, thumbnails where it's like the end of the video and you're just like,
it's always the dumbest one ever.
Right? You're like, oh boy, that's great. So
my eyes are closed.
Right. Yes. So thumbnails are good for that purpose. So it'll save you from having YouTube or Facebook choose it and it's just like a still image of you. So that would be the next thing, is just to create all that good stuff. And then
all right. And then there's a place where you can go in and schedule your live and put it on all the channels that you have preset in to StreamYard. And it's really easy. Even I can do it. I know I'm not the most technical person. I'm an idea person. So when I say that it's not that difficult, you truly can figure it out. So make sure that you get it scheduled. And what's really cool is the channels that you choose to go live. It does create what I call an advertisement or a post for you. Correct, Sarah?
Yes, that's correct. So once you schedule your event in StreamYard, you'll schedule it, you'll select the destinations, which is basically where do you want to post this, on Facebook, on YouTube. And then you can add a description to give people a little teaser of what your upcoming event's going to be about. And then once you schedule the broadcast, I think this is so cool that StreamYard will do a countdown. So it'll tell you how many hours until it's going live. And it's right there, right on your Facebook page, and it looks really clean and really nice. And like you had touched on, Glenna, it's got your designed graphic thumbnail that goes right there in the front. So just a really easy, cool feature. And it looks so professional. Well, I guess if you have a Sarah, not everybody can have a Sarah.
Or Kelsey. I'm going to shout out Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've got the best team in the world. Yeah, shout out to Kelsey's just my everything.
So Cindy wants to know, is this what the musical groups are using? I think that Lady Antebellum, I think when I shared that, I believe this is what they're using. I'm not sure about all of them. I've seen several, but I think that they specifically, in fact, when we saw that video, that's what we were like, okay, this is possible. We have to figure out how to do this.
That's so true. Yeah. That's so true. When we saw that, we were like, what is that? And we're going to find it.
Yes. I mean, if they can sing and put 5 or 6 people together to do a song, come on now.
Yeah. It's so cool.
All right. I guess, is this me? I lost track.
This is number 5.
All right. Promote, share, and repeat. Okay. This is so important. And it's really easy if you're having a guest on, or there's multiple people on the live stream, because everyone can share it out to their social media. So make sure that you have a tribe or some friends or some people that maybe you trade shares with, other companies, because very important, obviously, to get the word out. And even if people share it afterwards, that's fine too. We like the live part, but again, it's just a matter of helping people and getting the word out, whether it's during the live or afterward.
Yes. This is just a key part because you want people to come on.
Yep.
How are they going to come on if they don't know about it?
Yep.
So it's just really important that you promote it, you share it, you get your audience in so that you've got some viewers. I need Kelsey and Sarah.
Everyone does, Lisa. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Again, I'm touching buttons. Stop.
Yes. So, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but it really is. Like, you can schedule an event, but you got to get the word out. So that's extremely important. And this is really important too.
Yeah.
The test run.
Go ahead.
So we do this for a number of reasons, but StreamYard has the ability to where you can invite the guest on. You can actually have them enter a different broadcast studio, which that might sound a little complex. But essentially, you're sending out a different link to them. They click on the link and they join into like a test studio. And that's where we can all go on and we can check our audio. Yes, we could check our audio. We could check the video quality. We could check lighting. We can make sure that as we're testing it, you're not freezing. And then it's a good opportunity to just do a dry run of like, here's how we're going to do this. Here's the questions we're going to ask. You can go through all the features through them because I know we've all seen it where people just on the fly are hopping onto Zoom or whatever, and
it can go bad.
They can't even get to the subject of what the video is about because everybody's having all these problems connecting.
Now, we're not perfect, and you're going to have problems along the way. That's just, you have to get over yourself. I think one of our guests this week said, that's the main thing, get over yourself. You can test and test and test and probably still have problems, but it is the best rule of thumb to try and test at least the day before, because the last thing you want is to have a guest that has no internet and you don't know that until you go live.
Exactly.
Or what was that dream you had? I thought that was hilarious. You're like,
oh my gosh, that was with Angela, who we had her on Tuesday with us. And I had the craziest dream about her, and it was pretty much that we were all about to go live, and her face pops on, and she was like straight from 1984 with like crazy makeup and hair. And I was just thinking, this has got to be one of those dreams, which is like your fear, of something just going terribly wrong.
When she came on, she looked beautiful.
Yeah, she did. She was perfect. Absolute perfect guest.
All right. And also lighting. We struggle with the lighting just because depending on what time of day, you just have to keep trying things, but sitting in front of a window helps. We both are. It just gives you that natural light. And that's really important. If you're interviewing someone or if you're doing lives, think about that first. Make sure that people can see you. You don't look like you're sitting in the dark.
That's so true. And your positioning is really important. I mean, we had touched on this on Tuesday, but
yeah, don't watch me.
Yeah, lighting is so key. Have a window in front of you. Don't have a big old window behind you where you've got nothing but glare. Make sure that you're propped up right. If you could kind of see how we're framed, there's, just, I don't know what that, but you want to have not too much of a gap between your head and the top because you don't want to be like,
like Glenna does. I'm trying though really hard today, Sarah. Very, very hard.
Oh boy. No,
my husband was like, one of our broadcasts, he's like, you look like a head. By the time it was over, I don't know what happens over here, but anyway.
Yeah. So all those things are really, really helpful. And then, ready, set, live, and then you go live and you just go for it. And we have a process after too, where we want to make sure that we share everything and get it out onto all of our social media pages, which is really, really important. And Kelsey, who's amazing, handles all of that of just getting everything, trimmed up and put out there.
Well, and this is the time to use your content as many places as you can. We just got into the podcasting, which Buzzsprout, I believe, is what we're using, which will put it out to a lot of different podcasts channels all at once. So that's a little tip for you. And also for your blog post. These can be used for blog posts as well. So just use that content. I mean, gosh, you're going to the hard work of putting it all together. Make sure that you use it as much as you can.
Right, exactly. Repurpose, put it out there in different formats. So kind of gone through a lot of, just to touch on that again, is to you have a plan, know what you're going to do. If you have a guest, book your guest, make sure they're involved in the test run and the process, and get your questions prepared for them. Again, if you're using StreamYard, it's got so many cool features with graphics that we absolutely love. And, get it all scheduled. And StreamYard is so simple in scheduling broadcasts. We just absolutely love it.
Yes. And I think those steps are perfect. And I think there's a couple other things that we've even discovered lately, and we're having a lot of fun with it because we all wanted our own broadcast room so that we can meet customers and talk to colleagues and collaborators. So we've all made our own little broadcast rooms that we can have our own brand in there, which is unbelievable. So again, the possibilities are endless.
I look at StreamYard, it's almost like a house, and then it's got all these different rooms. Yeah. So there really are these broadcast rooms. So Glenna has her room, and she can go in there and she can have her own, graphics that she wants to put in there. And Rob can do the same thing. And it's really neat that everybody can have their own private space. And again, we're able we created these little broadcast test rooms so we can bring our guests in to do runs, and it doesn't interfere with anybody else's scheduled broadcast. So that's really neat. Oh, and it's got this record only feature, which is you can go in, and if you do a dry run, you can record it and look back on it and make different, changes. And we had talked about that you can create multiple brands in one space, but I kind of want to show you a little bit about I'm going to just kind of describe to you what that is. We're in the broadcast room called Marketing Mix. Yeah. But we also have another one that we've created called Biz Talk. And tomorrow our special guest is Chambers Realty Partners. So we're super excited about John and Gay coming on. But we've already created what we're going to do for them. So this is their overlays. We've got their logo over here. Because there's going to be, this logo may not make sense right now, but because we're going to have multiple people on tomorrow, this logo position will work perfectly.
Thanks to Kelsey.
Thanks to Kelsey. Yes. So, and we can show too, we've got their brand color in here, so we can add their own colors to it. So again, StreamYard is great at its ability to do multiple brands for whatever.
Do you have a ticker? Did we do a ticker? Just to show what the ticker looks like?
Reminded me about that. So here's the ticker that you can create. I love that. It's so neat. Yeah. It's really neat. And you can, it's easy as a click of a button. I show it and then I can bring it off. So that's really, is there anything that I didn't touch on with this? I'm trying to make sure I covered it all while I'm talking. So
no, you're great. And Lisa, how much is the price? Let me get that for you and get back to you on that. We started out, I believe there's a free version, but the free version did not allow us to do all the graphics and stuff. So isn't that always the case? But right. The price was minimal. I mean, it really was for what you can do with it. So I will get you that price and let you know. And as far as I know, there is no limit to how many times you can go live. I think we're going live 3 times this week, which, I mean, that's not every day or anything, but that's a lot to put together for sure. Yeah. Rob says, Lisa, it's $49 a month. That's just ridiculous, in my opinion, for everything that they offer. And the other thing that you can do is StreamYard has a lot of great YouTube videos that you can go use to help get set up. But I will say this. Before we go, I do want to mention that with our team that we've assembled with Sarah and Kelsey, myself, Rob, we are going to offer this as a product package or package to people or anybody that's interested in it. So if you'd like help creating and branding your own StreamYard broadcast studios, then we can tell you what the options are for that through Fusion One. So just message us for more information, and we'd be glad to help you out, because we want to share this with as many people as we can, because it gets a game changer. I know we've used that word several times, but it just really is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the capabilities of what StreamYard offers is so wonderful, and they're constantly bringing more to, like, more features, and really, you know, we've just kind of can have someone do the tech stuff without being on screen. Do you mean, I'm assuming that Lisa means that somebody can add these different tech, like graphics and different features while you're talking, so that you don't have to be responsible for it.
I think you have to be on with them. Is that what you were going to say? Now, you can create all these things ahead of time, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to create like a branded package. So you have so many overlays that are already included, and literally, Lisa, it is a click of a button. To bring those graphics in and have it all set up. So that's what we're going to offer, is to preset all that for you and show you how to use a little bit if you want. But it's so easy to use. The hardest part is the graphics that Sarah and Kelsey have done to get everything ready. So that's where we would love to help people.
Yeah, because I will say, when it does come to the graphics and adding all that stuff, you do have to use a different software tool, and you do have to have a little bit of experience with knowing the proper dimensions and sizing, and there's a lot of variations to it. So we can help with all of that.
Yeah, let me show you something really cool. I don't know if she can pop in. Could Kelsey pop in here as long as we don't end it? She said that she has info on that you can help someone and not be on screen. I don't know. Do you want to try it?
You would have that answer. Yeah.
Kelsey, if you want to pop on.
Kelsey, we know you're watching, so come on.
She's texting me. I'm like, well, just come on and tell us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you may know about it, Sarah. I haven't played with the actual tech stuff enough to know. But
well, yeah, I will say there's two quick things before Kelsey comes on. Yeah. You also have the ability to share your screen. And so if you've got something that you want to pull up that's on your browser, then you can share your screen and give someone a demonstration so that they're viewing your screen on it. And that's a really neat feature that StreamYard allows. And there is a way that you can do that, where you can have somebody who's helping you behind the scenes to click all that. I haven't done it. Kelsey's about to come on, and she's going to show us how.
Kelsey!
In real quick. So I was going to say, there is a way that you could have someone within the broadcast at the same time that you're doing your live, but they would just be behind the scenes. I would say that you're probably still limited to your 6 people. So if I click this button really quick, I'm going to still be on the broadcast, but you're not going to see me. Watch.
Aha.
Yes. And then she can go on and do certain things, like she can make changes and add. There she is. There she is, messing with our buttons.
Okay, I'm going back to work now.
So cool. Yeah. So cool. So that's even an option that we can have. Thank you, Kelsey. We appreciate it. And you have the ability to pop in and out. It's like magic. I mean, it really is.
Really, yeah, it really is.
I hope that we've answered everyone's questions. If you have any more, you can sure reach out to us. Again, like I said, if you want more information.
Yes, and we're going to do more. This is our marketing mix series, and we're going to be coming on and giving you just, a whole bunch of various different things that we've tried, and tips and trends and things to all in the name of marketing. So we thank you all. We hope we gave you some good information and some helpful stuff. And if we can help you with any of this and putting together a package for you, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.